evening, everybody. I would like to take a moment of your time to talk about the
current state of TikTok.
Yes, we've gotten enough funding in the company to make proper editing this time. Now, I would like to take a moment of your time to talk about the current state of TikTok. How do we allow these people and these trends to become this popular? I ask not out of malice, but out of pure curiosity. I have no idea how this is acceptable and entertaining by nearly any stretch of the imagination. I should preface this before getting into anything. This is only a first impressions. I'm aware that there's many good creators on this site. These were just the very first things I saw. So I'm just going to leave that there. The reason I bring any of this up in the first place is because my girlfriend was the one to show them to me. I had never been on TikTok before until about, let's say about 3 days ago. And what I saw enlightened me to what the world is like, because I'm very sheltered of a person. The first video I saw was by a guy named Stool, and that is a very unfortunate name to have. What game are you on mobile that makes you go that fucking hard on it? There's no game in existence on mobile that could do it. What, I got the newest fucking Call of Duty on there? I know there's Call of Duty Mobile, but it's not even remotely close to you be going that fucking hard on it that you don't notice things beside you. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know that your girl just drags you out to the middle of fucking Ross to go get something. But how are you not going to notice anything else around you? She's right next to you, and this guy just fucking steals her. How do you not notice that in any capacity? Also, I know this is staged, but why would the girl just stand there and do nothing? Like, she didn't scream, she didn't even fucking resist. That's just weird from a, I guess, what's the word? A design choice? Is that the word? Also, the dude looks back and he's like, ugh. As if you can't go get him. He's less than 10 feet away from you, my guy. If you wanted to beat the shit out of him, you have the ability to. You're just choosing not to. Is the appeal of it because it's absurd? Because it's not well directed, it's not well written, it's not well acted. So I'm very curious to what the actual entertainment value is. It may just because people are making fun of it. I mean, look at me, that's exactly what I'm doing. Next is by a group named Icebox. This one is a tad bit different because this actually has informative information in it about various ways to test where diamonds are actually diamonds and things like that. General knowledge about jewelry if you're into that. And the other half is just massive fucking flexing and people buying jewelry by the case full. Now, I don't have to be a flex overlord to tell you that that's a little bit absurd.
Hello, sir. Welcome to Icebox. How can I help you today?
I want the whole case.
You want this whole case of jewelry?
Did I stir?
No, sir. Let me get that right up for you.
Who the fuck are you to be that disrespectful for that guy? I don't give a shit if you have $12 billion right in front of me. You're not going to be that disrespectful in my fucking place of business. I don't give a shit who you are. And why is this dude so damn compliant? Is it just because he has that much amount of money? Do you have no self-respect for yourself or the business that you represent? Like, at all? I'm not too sure exactly where this is at, but if it's in New York, I know for a fact that there would be a gunshot when the time he leaves that store. The way he's throwing around that much fucking money, you know if you kill him, he's gonna have a lot of money in his pockets. It's like GTA in real life.
All right, sir. Here's your entire case of jewelry. And all this adds up to $95,000 US.
100,000 here, keep the change.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
This clip concerns me for a few reasons, and I'll tell you why. There are only one of two things that happened in this clip. Number one, that man did not count that money. And I'll tell you why he didn't count that money. Because he would have to count 10,000 $100 bills. And either he had a money collector sift through all the money and just didn't care if any of them were counterfeit. Now, if you're handling that much money, chances are there's going to be a shit ton of counterfeit money. And the fact that he didn't even look is a shady practice. Have you ever seen in like a grocery store where like a cashier, no matter if it's like a 20 or a 50, let alone a fucking 100, they'll do like, yeah, seems legit. He doesn't do that with any of it, unless it's off camera. And it's a little weird, it's a little jarring. And that is not the good prowess of a business owner. That does not look good on you. At least to me it doesn't. Also, the fact that they just let him walk out with that case thing. Like, I know it's not expensive to buy those cases, but that's a part of the floor show. You don't just take that or give it to them. You put them in like a specific container that they have to be in. That doesn't look good for this company. Like, at all. Could they have gotten anyone else to do this mob boss? I mean, I know they're not actors, but goddamn, that delivery was the driest thing I have ever fucking seen. I am pretty sure Tommy Wiseau himself could have been a better actor in that. That is sad. Very. I want every piece of jewelry in the store. Sir, all you gave me was an empty wallet. Hold on. The money is in your mind. I would call you full of shit, but I didn't consider that. So here, take the entire store. He tells them to keep the change, but that's like $5 grand. I understand that rich people have different standards of money, but that's $5 grand that you're just giving away for nothing. You could have at least asked for him to, like, I don't know, eat your ass for a second, anything. You chose to just give it away. I guess that shows you're a good Samaritan. You cocky piece of shit. I don't know about any of you, but I actually work in retail, and a scenario goes on in my mind about what would actually happen in this situation. Hello, sir, how can I help you?
The whole case.
Did this asshole just throw money at me? Will this be all, sir?
The guy's third.
Of course, sir. Let me get right on that for you. Being a person of retail, fuck this guy. 100%. Next is by a guy named Nathan Triska. This one is very confusing because the leap in logic is just not there. It goes from 0 to 100 real fucking quick.
So if I throw this phone all the way down there, 15 stories up, and my friend catches it, your mom owes you $5.
Where the fuck did my mom come in this picture? What kind of backwoods law shit is this? First off, no mom would ever agree to that. Second off, why? Why should my mom give me $5 just for you making it? There's no way that can be transferable. Like, if I were to show this to my mom and expect her to give me $5, I would get a swift smack in the ass.
All right, here we go. I'm scared. Oh, run that check.
Run these nuts. Alright, there are 3 other people I want to talk about real quick. That is PudgyWoke, Brent Rivera, and of course, Charlie D'Amelio. Now, the reason why I want to talk about them 3 at the very end is because it will take up a majority of this video, if not the rest of it. So, the reason why I want to talk about them specifically is because they were the very first thing I saw. And my god, I can excuse the other ones because they were at least entertaining to a degree. These are not entertaining, especially the PudgyWoke one, and I will explain why. Well, you can't talk about Brent Rivera without talking about Vine. Now, Vine is a Now, Brent Rivera is an ex-Vine star, but unlike Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez, Noel Miller, Cody Ko, he's not funny. Is Brent a real person? I'm asking honestly, because if I see all of his content, he lives in some weird, skewed world that doesn't abide by reality that we live in. Like, let me give you an example. Man, don't you just love when you sexually harass your best friend? Isn't that fucking amazing? I'm just curious how Brent goes about explaining these videos to his friends. I would give anything to see their initial reaction. Guys, I just thought of an amazing idea. Brent, that's great. What's it about? So it starts out with this music, right? And then I tell you to come down there. And at the perfect moment, I look down your shirt. It's genius. Brent, don't you think it's a little sexist and objectifying? I mean, we're supposed to be best friends, right? Excuse me? Are you telling me what I can and cannot do? No, I just wanted to give you some criticism. Let me tell you something. You wouldn't be where you are right now without me. I am Brent Rivera, and I'll be dead if you tell me what to do. Brent, put the knife down. Probably not.
I love you so much.
I love you.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
Oh my God!
Can you tell me, equivalently, what was funny in that? What was the funny aspect in that? Was it the video itself, what they were doing, the captions, or was it the audio that they used? Because all those things do not add up to humor. I'm not trying to tell you what is and is not funny, because humor is entirely subjective. But I want you to describe to me, in detail, what makes that funny. Because it all stems from the relatable comedy section of YouTube. Look, here's the problem with relatable content. Relatable content uses just a small amount of relatability and stretches it to the fucking moon and back, to where it is barely recognizable as relatability. And nothing personifies that more than Brent Rivera as a whole person. He is not the only person to do this. I know a lot of other people do this, a lot of other content creators. But I would say he is the most egregious, at least from what I have seen so far.
Pudgy, whose lipstick is that? What? You just pissed! Pudgy! Stop pissing on the floor. I'm sick of it.
Now, the main content of PudgyWoke is mainly just him being a new Gabe, since Gabe unfortunately passed away. If you know who Gabe is, he's mainly just a dog in meme culture. There's been a couple of dogs in meme culture. Gabe was the one that made audible noise. And PudgyWoke is kind of the successor to that, except just a little shittier. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, he mainly only says one sound, which is awa, awa. And that's just kind of dumb. I'm not really that into the whole awa, awa meme aspect of it, but meme culture is going to be meme culture. It doesn't really matter. I want to talk more about the abuse allegation side of this entire story. Now, if you're not aware, there are some people who believe that he is abusing this dog, and I'll explain why. Whenever you see him, he can be seen yelling at this dog. This dog often bites and barks at him. That's pretty much where it stems from. Now, I read an article from In the Know that did an interview with him, and he said that Pudgy came from a very abusive home, and they adopted him. Now, that could be 100% the reason why he acts that way, because I once rescued an abusive dog, and he was very submissive. He didn't bark, he didn't bite, he didn't do any of that. He was a fairly big dog. And whenever you went to go pet him, he would flinch, no matter who you were. No matter if you were abusing him or not, even if he fucking adored you, he would still flinch. But this raises a few questions for me. If you know he is from an abusive background, why would you continue to yell at him and have him to a point where he wants to bite and bark at you constantly? I'm not too into dog psychology. I don't really know the whole situation. I just know that is one aspect of it. And if you keep perpetuating it, it's not going to look good on you. And you have a whole bunch of people that keep talking about this dog and saying how he's doing amazingly. But if he is from an intense abusive background, why do you keep perpetuating that? Do you not think that doesn't put stress on the dog? Because it fucking does. Man, I just rescued a dog from an abusive home. Oh man, that's great. How do you plan on taking care of it? By putting it in a toxic environment until it fucking dies. Wait, what? And I'm gonna yell at it to the point where it starts to bark and bite at me, and then put it on the internet for all to see. and people are just okay with you doing that, of course, people don't question anything outside their frame of reference. You're a goddamn monster. And you're not popular. Should have abused animals your entire life. But all jokes aside, I have no disdain or hatred for this man. It's just me from the outside looking in, and that's pretty much all it's going to amount to. Now comes the big one, Charlie D'Amelio. Now I have actually fooled you. Yes, I have taken your collective intelligence every time I fool somebody. My IQ is now up to 4,000. But I'm not talking about her specifically, because she is mainly a child, and I'm not going to judge something like this because she's a kid. She is clearly the biggest content creator on TikTok, there is no doubt about that, but I'm not really talking about her. She's more or less just a jumping point so I can get to different trends of people. Probably the biggest trend on TikTok is just dancing with music in the background. Now, this one isn't bad per se, it is just boring and not talented at all. If people tell you that this is really talented, not necessarily. This isn't ballet. This isn't breakdancing. This isn't really a good form of dancing. This is just very based choreography. And it is very easy to do, and I highly doubt it takes more than 10 minutes to figure this out. And just because it's easy to do does not mean there is not a lot of effort that goes into this. Because there are clearly a lot of effort that goes into it. They do it multiple times a day, and you could say it doesn't take that much effort. It doesn't take that much effort to do a lot of things that people get famous for. I guess it's mainly the people behind it that get it to that status. And that's not really to say that these TikTokers don't have talent, because a lot of them do. Like Charlie D'Amelio specifically is a really good dancer. From what I've seen, she has actual ballet skills and training. Either that or she is a gymnast of some sort and can incorporate that in her dance routine. That's actually pretty impressive. But I can't say that for every single TikToker. Just like how you can't say every single YouTuber is talented or is funny, because they aren't. Now I could say specifically who is bad at TikTok, but I don't want to die anytime soon, so I'm gonna not. Another trend that is just terrible in every way is when people say they are acting. Now, what does that mean to you? When you hear the term acting, what does that look like? I guarantee you it is not what you think. Now I'm about to take a hard stance right here, right now. That does not take any talent whatsoever, no matter who you are. You just have to be decent at lip syncing, and that's about it. The amount of things that I have seen of people just lip syncing audio from the back, and people saying that it's really good, or your acting is so great, you're not. Nowhere in this entire category, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, you are not a good actor. Acting takes a giant toll on your mental state if you are an actual actor. You cannot tell me that any of these people are good at what they do. Now there's another side of this acting coin, to where people aren't just having audio in the background and just... you can consider that acting, I really don't, but actually acting. Not very well, but acting nonetheless. They're more akin to just the theater kid who thinks they're really good at something, and when in reality, that's not remotely to the case.
Alright, acting challenge, you're the blue line. What? What? No! 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 I'm just fucking with you. I don't care. I've been trying to get rid of him for years. No, honestly, thank you. You really did me a favor there. Can I pay you? Like, I mean, do you have Venmo?
Oh shit, man, I'm sorry. All I have is Discover. It seems like they're trying to mask their lack of talent in acting with just massive amounts of emotion they can't properly convey. It's more like overacting than anything. The other thing that's synonymous with this is the POV section. And that's just a whole case of worms that I really don't want to get into right now, because I want to make another video in the future. But they get really specific or really fucking vague. Like POV, you're a little German girl in World War II. Or POV, you're my black friend in the 1950s that's being told some racist shit. Before I close this video out, I just want to say one thing real quick. If you like or enjoy any of these things, that is 100% fine. I am just not a person to be enjoyed or be entertained by this. I'm not really entertained or enjoyed by most things. That's not because I'm just a cynical asshole, it's just because I don't think like regular people. I don't act like regular people. There's a very specific reason for that, and if any of you have catched on by now, then you already know. But if you like this, that's 100% fine. I'm not gonna care that much about it. These people are gonna do what they want. It's not that big of a deal. I just thought I'd let a lot of you know what I was thinking at this time. Anyway, please have a good day, and by God, don't get yourself killed. On a completely different note, I've been looking at this GameStop stock for about 2 days now. I'm pretty sure I have a shot at getting rich. Well, fuck.